Why, hello again there, YouTube. I'm not currently driving. Surprise, surprise. Not really off either. This is the very first of 8 horrendous Thursdays I signed up for, where I am at class at 8 o'clock and then pulling in a 10-hour day at Speedway from 2 to midnight. So I am not looking forward to this, but I am more looking forward to it being done. I have had my first class, and I'm excited. I'm excited to know what we're going to be getting ourselves into. I'm waiting for my other class to start. It's the math class. I'm not worried at all about it. I have a degree in mathematics, so bring it on. The guy that taught the class that I already had, he's teaching the other classes. So it's 4 days, Monday through Thursday. Basically, Mondays and Wednesdays have the same schedule, and Tuesdays and Thursdays have the same schedule. And so he's teaching this introduction to the building trades class, which is what I had, and then he does that. I have that class Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, and then he also teaches a pre-licensing builder's license. It's a pre-licensing exam class for getting a builder's license. Those two seem like the most interesting. I also have the course I'm about to go into, mathematics for the trades, and then I have that every single day. I also have an industrial safety class. So both the mathematics for the trades and the industrial safety class is going to have like the whole bunch of us in there, as opposed to where the class that I had with the building one, the construction, that's like smaller. So there's like a smaller group of us. But he's an adjunct. I have some experience being an adjunct. He's maybe trying to get hired in full time. And the thought occurred to me, like, you know what? Teaching building trades might not be that bad of a deal, you know? I don't know. Like, obviously, I would need to go and become very knowledgeable in one of these things, and then go and be teaching it. Maybe that's the path, but I want to make good money, because makes the world go round. I have to work for a living until I at least can just talk about my life on YouTube and people tune in and comment and interact, and I just start getting paid money for being me, doing whatever I want to do at any given moment. That would be the dream, right? You just get to be you. And I mean, there is a trade-off, right? Like, everybody would know who you are. You have to hire security and all kinds of shit. And it's a whole bunch of headaches. So what do they say? Mo money, mo problems. It's like a catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But yeah, so I'm excited. Not for this next class, though. This next class, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be bored with and just not having to worry about it at all. Yeah. I highly suggest. There's 22 spots. And there's only 14 people in each one. So that means there's 16 people that could be in this with me. Not, I mean, at least two of the courses. Because it's 8 and 8 for the construction and the manufacturing cohort. But yeah, I don't know. I think, in times of uncertainty, it's best to get back down to basics and what's fundamental. Reestablish the fundamental principles in your lives. So, I'm a man. I am currently capable of performing work as an assistant store leader for Speedway. Should I be making more money? Well, I have a bachelor's degree. I also have a Class B commercial driver's license with a passenger endorsement. I should be making more than I make because I can. Although it hasn't quite worked out previously with some jobs I've had doing that. Teaching, demand went down. Plus, teaching was not the kind of job, at least part-time, as a main source of income. That's a joke. Maybe they make the skilled trade peoples, they get paid more or something because it's as a premium to entice people to actually do it, because they make way much more money being, actually doing the work as opposed to teaching it. So there should be kind of an incentive to have people come back and teach. I think that's a worthwhile principle. But to do so, that would mean that the people paying for it would need to pay more money. But also, if society voted in a democracy that was not vetoed past both houses in the state legislature or federal legislature in the Capitol, Congress, signed into law by an executive branch and is not being legally challenged or has withstood legal challenges, then I guess we're free to say incentivize this and to offset the cost of it, because it benefit outweighs. Now I know there's more free market, laissez-faire economically minded people that I'm familiar with who are against this kind of thing, and I could talk about that as well. And ultimately, the free market approach, I guess, would be that companies are offering these services. Like companies are holding classes, training, but it somehow certifies. It passes muster, certifying, and like different, in the skilled trades. And I'm not sure exactly the ins and outs of that, legally speaking, or just how their systems allow for credentials and muster passing, if you will. But yeah, I mean, that would be the free market approach would be like that companies need the people, and since it's cost prohibitive for an individual as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old who, for all intents and purposes, let's say, does not have the support of their parents. To one, offer them employment, and two, training to advance that employment at said agency. So, I mean, I guess you may be having an indenture or something like that, where you're basically saying, okay, I'm going to sign up with you. I'm going to like the Army or some shit, right? Like, but not like the Army in that they can leave. But maybe, there is you can't work for somebody else, or, you don't want people like poaching from your investiture. Like, if you're a company, you wouldn't want somebody to just be like, well, we put 2 years and now this guy is got credentialed. He's a journeyman electrician, and somebody else comes and says, oh, okay, you know what? Well, we'll pay that guy a little bit more money because we didn't have to sink the cost into training, dude. And that's why you're not, I mean, that has to be, that cost of training that person has to be equated into that person somehow not having as much money. Unless you're talking to me like non-profit, I don't know. There's definitely a need to consider fundamentals and basics. And a lot of people are, well, heads in the cloud. Okay, their heads in the cloud, the internet, love and hip hop, all these shows I like, Marvel, WWE. All of this is like a diversion, not diversion. It's just something to do, and it's interesting. There's drama. What's going to happen next? Excitement, because we know, for the most part, what's going to happen tomorrow is we got to go to work, and we're going to have to deal with bullshit, and that's true. And there are a lot of people that want to just use us for their purposes. They want to have us buy their shit. They want us to vote for them. They want our attention. Maybe they got something to say. I don't know. But I think in this cornucopia of being entertained and forgetting how much our lives generally are not what we would like them to be, maybe we can think about how we can improve them. You know, like, I think there's a lot of this idea of putting something off for other people to do. Like, I'm probably not the only person here who has seen something that should be done, and I know that by all means I could do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to clean that mess in the bathroom. I'm going to pretend I never even knew it was there. Now, maybe I still have to end up cleaning up the bathroom, but maybe not. Finders keepers. I don't know, man. Anyway, I think that, there's got to be some plumbers. There's got to be, and shit is expensive as fuck. Holy macaroni. I really think we have to maybe pull our resources now. Like, no. This American 2-person family home with 2.2 kids, a white picket fence, dog, cat, stay-at-home mom, and a dad that works 40 hours a week, and they get to go on vacations. On up and up. That does not exist. And this idea of it, of expectations of the sexes in this sort of eternal gender wars on YouTube, I think that we as men, unless we're these 1%ers or 10%ers, whatever percentagers they are, that have the revenue or this, and it doesn't. It's a trust fund. It's still revenue, still coming in, still inflow, not outflow. Where because of dynastical. If that's a word, dynastical, it should be. It's not. If dynastical is not a word, it should be, because it just sounds fun to say. Dynastical. Dynasty. Anyway. But for the vast majority of us, can't support a house with a stay-at-home mom. I mean, your family helps you out. I mean, obviously, you have to take this. There's you got a cheap house. People helped you out with the down payment. Whatever. That's great. But if you don't have that, And I mean, it sucks. And it's just, the expectation that's just a given is erroneous. It's wrong. It does not belong anymore. I do think there must be like a pooling of resources. I know that people would like to be by themselves. And I mean, everybody should have their own little, like, closet, if you will, to pray in. A rage room to just express frustrations and ultimately some expectation that's not being met. Now, whether that's in another person who's not respecting that expectation, and but it's all really an attachment. But I mean, if you're like, yeah, I'm set here, and then boom, you're no longer set there, it's not cool. But should you have this expectation of always being set there? I don't know. And I mean, I guess I'm just rambling on and on about different stuff, but it's sort of who I am. But anyway, at the 22-minute mark, peace out, Girl Scouts. Talk to you later.